I've possibly just pressed a button that I don't understand. However, you may notice a bump in quality with this video. That is because I'm now filming with my new camera, my new microphone, which I have donned upon my new pyjamas, and today I am in such a good mood. Not because I've got new things, which always does help, but because I'm having a bit of a self-care day. I've got a few days off from work and I'm now on day 2 of 3. Yesterday was quite a bit of a content day that ended up failing. However, I've decided to get over it very quickly because I want to film a little video about TLC, I suppose. The thing that actually prompted this is, and this is so random, I have just been to sign up for my doctor's / dentist because of various reasons, and it made me realise that actually doing things like that is a form of self-care. I have, for a little bit of background information, I do have retainers, like the little wire retainers stuck to the back of my teeth because I used to have braces. Part of the retainer has broken, which means I just have a tiny little wire sticking out, and of course every so often that scratches my tongue. That then snowballed into me buying lots of new mouthwashes, flossers and toothpaste because the dentist kind of doesn't scare me, but they really irritate me when they tell me that I need to do more of something that I've been doing for 25 years. And just because my teeth aren't pearly white, they make me feel about this big. But anyway, that's like my own digression. And then the doctors is because I am a woman, I am 25, and I am due my next pap smear test. So that one was a real, like, come on Ebony, get this sorted now. You've lived in Edinburgh for exactly 1 year yesterday. Get booked into the GP because a pap smear should not go unnoticed. Anyway, that then led me this morning to being like, let's do other things that mean I'm looking after myself. So I've just had an everything shower, and by everything I've just washed my hair. I am wearing, oh my god, that's been out this whole time, how embarrassing. I'm wearing new pyjamas. These are the viral Sainsbury's pyjamas, and I am going to do a bit of skincare, do a bit of hair care, have a delicious lunch, and then probably watch a film this afternoon and do some editing. So yeah, come along with me. I wonder if you can hear this, or if that just sounds horrible. This background is not as pretty just because you can see my mess. However, let's change it up a bit. I'm just literally putting a bit more got to be glued through my brows, even though I'm not going anywhere today, so nobody cares, but why not? Self-care. I always try and do an afternoon or a day like this at least once a week now, because I think it's really important to still take value in taking care of yourself, even if that is just having a shower, washing your hair, or cooking yourself a delicious meal. Especially when, I can't speak for everyone, but I think a lot of us work typical 9-to-5 jobs, and so romanticizing the everyday can sometimes be quite nice, just because we don't all have a kind of lovely influencer lifestyle. So whenever I'm not at work, I try and make myself feel as if this is my life, which I know sounds a bit meta. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I guess we're manifesting. To put it simply, if I'm having a day off, I will always try and make the most of it. Even if I'm not leaving the flat that day, I will do something that makes me feel as if I've had a really gorgeous day off. I usually like to have an everything shower on a day off, and I don't know about anyone else, but I really like having a shower in the middle of the day because I think it's just a big reminder that I'm not at work. It's lovely, I love it. And then I will often try and get into something really cozy and comfy and clean, make myself a really nice meal, and just romanticize having a day off, because there's really no harm in romanticizing things. It just means that we're making the most of what we're doing. I guess my self-care has sort of been going on for a couple of days now, because I went and got my nails done the other day. And I mean, that was just like my monthly appointment. This time I went for this like lemon yellow. Absolutely love it. I can't tell if my nails need to have a little bit of a break, however, from Biab, just because the past couple times I've had it done by some very, very lovely, talented, wonderful nail artists, my nails have sort of felt a bit sensitive and funny the next day, and I do think that's because obviously they're doing all the filing and the heat lamp and everything. I kind of get it. So I'm not sure if next time I may just get the Biab removed for a month before my birthday, so that I can just let them breathe, grow, recover, do their thing. I kind of fancy watching like a Hunger Games or Twilight or something today, and I don't know why that's just crossed my mind, because actually I'll tell you what is on my mind. Please don't judge. Do you know in Titanic when the ship has sunk, and I don't know specifically who says the line, I think it's just one of the sailors, when they're shouting, "Is anyone alive out there?" I don't know why, and I cannot tell you why, but that soundbite is specifically going on in my head, and that then made me think of dystopian films. My favourite dystopian films are the sort of teen fiction, young adult type films, so Divergent, Hunger Games, Twilight, I love those films. So I kind of maybe fancy having one of those days. For me, part of my self-care is also convincing myself that it is like autumn or winter outside, because I absolutely love autumn and winter. We are currently right at the peak of summer. It is July. Yes, it might be raining, but it's still quite muggy. So if I can kind of mentally tell myself it's raining outside, it's cold, it's drizzly, then I'm good to go. That to me is the ultimate form of self-care. It is currently 1:15. Also, do you love my phone screen? How funny is that? It makes me giggle every single time. That's self-care. Stuff like that is self-care. It's currently 1:15, so the next thing I'm going to do once I've put some fancy bits through my hair is go and make myself a delicious lunch. A lunch that makes me happy. I'm eating some of my favourite foods, and I'm going to curl up on the sofa. What's better? One way in which I love to practice a little bit of self-care is, funnily enough, how I talk to myself. I'm sat very low. Let me adjust myself for a second. There we go. So, I think it goes without saying, we are human, and self-doubt does exist. Negative talk absolutely exists. And I think what I've found lately is that actually, even if I don't believe something, I can still tell myself it's true in that moment. So, to use my channel as an example, I am very aware that I am a small content creator. I have less than 150 subscribers currently, and even on my TikTok, I have sort of just made it over the cusp of 1100, but doesn't really mean too much sometimes when you look at people who have like millions of followers. And it's very, very easy in this world, I think, to compare yourself to people and to be jealous or envious of what certain people have. And to use this individual as an example, one of my absolute favourite content creators is a young lady called Meg Hughes. She is a beautiful content creator. I believe she lives in a magical cottage somewhere in Ireland with her family. Her bedroom is quite famous on her TikTok. It looks super cosy. She does loads of wonderful videos about film, etc., etc. Now, I look at her videos every day, partly for inspiration, but also for entertainment. And I often find myself going, well, why don't I have that? Not specifically her specific room or her specific look or talent, but just the world that she appears to have created. And don't get me wrong, I'm not delusional. I know that she's a fantastic film creator and editor, so she has created this channel to give us an illusion of what her life is. And I know that at the end of the day, she is just an average 20-something-year-old girl who just likes to make content like the rest of us. But I can't help but kind of find myself watching it with joy, but also feeling some sort of like sadness. Instead, what I should be doing is looking at what I do have and actually reminding myself that I'm simply not her. I'm not Alex Earle, I'm not other individuals on these platforms who seem to have just been so fortunate with how their careers have turned out. What I do have, however, is the basic first steps. I've kind of whisked up some sort of confidence from somewhere to start my channel. I have invested a little bit of my paycheck into buying some sort of equipment, i.e. microphones and a camera. That's a good start. I have a loving support network, and I have a partner who, in the nicest way possible, doesn't really care what I do as long as it makes me happy. I tell him every single night, oh, I made a video today, or I filmed some TikToks today, and he just says, oh, nice, can I see them? There's no like mocking or judgment, none of that, which I should be grateful for because I know some people probably don't have that. I have a really cool flat in a city that I am forever grateful to call home. I have a job. I have so much. The list is endless. But what I also have, and it's something that I've definitely developed over the past year, is a little bit of self-love. It's not always been there, I'll be honest. I have always struggled with confidence. I've always struggled with not feeling good enough and comparing myself to my peers. But actually, something felt like it clicked. When I turned 25, which was September last year, I suddenly started to feel the cogs turning in my brain, and this little Ebony within me was saying, if it makes you happy, then that's what's important. If I love it, that's all that matters. Whether that be for fashion, food, content, music, doesn't matter. And so that's something that I'm trying to channel now with these self-care days or self-care evenings is, if this stuff makes me happy, that's what's important. Making content for me, though I'm still a very small channel, makes me really happy. I love filming. I love being in front of the camera. I love learning new skills behind the camera. I'm still absolutely a novice. And that's it. So I sort of want to channel that message to anybody else out there who might watch this and be in a similar position to me. You've got to start somewhere, and it's very important to remain humble. If I went into this experience thinking, I'll have 1 million followers by the end of the week, then I'm absolutely delusional. But it's not to say I can't get there. I would be grateful with 1,000 followers, by the way. I'm just using 1 million as just the first number that comes into my head. But yeah, we'll work on it. But for now, all I'm doing is creating my videos. I'm picking up my camera whenever I feel like it. I love this energy at the minute on TikTok about just girls supporting girls. Don't care about everybody else. Just make the videos. If you want to, make them. So that's what I'm doing. So I currently have you just propped up on my windowsill because I want to try and make my backgrounds more exciting, but I thought I would try and film a proper outro for this video just so you can get a general idea of what I was hoping to achieve. This wasn't supposed to be like a proper vlog, lengthy day in the life. I wanted it to be more of just like a little video entry of how I choose to take care of myself, and you know, I just wanted to share that kind of self-care message and maybe give some people a little bit of inspiration to take time out of their day just to look after themselves a little bit. Sorry if you can hear my neighbours, they're a little bit loud. Anyway, I am just finishing up watching a true crime series on Netflix. It's called Worst Roommate Ever. I've watched it before, it came out a few years ago, but I highly recommend it if you're a fan of true crime. It's fantastic, it's a bit eerie, it definitely makes you question some things in your own personal life, I think. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it and I've had a very cosy day. It's gone by quite quickly, I'll be honest. I'm kind of gutted that it's already 7 o'clock in the evening. I feel like this day has just flown by, which is usually the case when you're having a day off from work. It seems to be the quickest day ever. Anyway, I digress. Joe is finishing up with work very soon and then he'll be heading home. Tonight we are enjoying a stir fry. We will probably watch American Dad and then go to bed. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and thank you for your ongoing support. It really does mean a lot for this little micro influencer, as they like to call us. Have a lovely evening and I will see you very soon.